Hi and welcome back to my channel. So first I'd just like to say thank you for all your subscriptions. I really do appreciate that. It does mean the world to me. And the card that we're coming in with, or the stock that I'm thinking of using, once I get the piece I'm trying to get, which is proving to be a little difficult. There we go. Okay, right. So let me put that to the side and that to the side. So the one we're coming in with is the Blooming a Lovely Day. So then I've gone ahead with a card, front, or blank I should say, and I'm doing a twisted easel. So you score at 6, this is a 12 by 12, score down at the 6 and then you fold halfway along, and I find that doing this bit to make it a reverse easel easier is by doing it on the trimmer rather than on the scoreboard, and you just use the grooves with your tool to burnish it down and score, so you see where the score mark is. So that is that bit. Now for this I need to take a piece of Miri, a card, and I've lost it now. I've got it all sorted out and now muddled it all up. So I'm going to use the green, because obviously the topper I'm going to be using is this one with the umbrella, and it's got green in the outer frame and pink in the inner frame. So I'm going to go green with the Miri for something totally different. So I'm going to take this so I can get 2 pieces of 6 by 6 out of this, and you still have a little bit of green left over. So 2 notches under the 6 by 2 notches under the 6, and that should give you what you want. And then you line this up with the 2 edges once I get it in place, and then you cut down the middle. So you've got another bit to do another easel, and then this should fit onto, whoops, wrong way around, this should fit onto here, and it might give you the edge. If not, you might have to trim just a smidgen off, or if you don't want to have a white border you can just leave it as is. It just gives me a tiny white border, which I'm quite happy about. And then the next bit is you need this, and you need to take this to 4 notches under the 6, like that, and then I'll take it this way to 4 notches under the 6. Oops. And that's going to be for the inside bit, so I need a bit of Miri for that one. So I'll take this other bit that I haven't used yet, 2 notches under the 6 by 2 notches under the 6. So that should fit nicely onto there. So that's going to be the underside. You just have to decide which way you want it around. This bit I'm going to save for later. So what I'm going to bring in is this flower Miri, edge to edge Miri. So I need to do this one the same as I did the gold or the Miri layer. So I need to do this 4 notches under the 6 by 4 notches under the 6. Then I need to do it so you cut from corner to corner, and then that should give you another bit to do another card with at a later date, or with one of your Miri, one of your pocket pad papers. So we got that there. So what I'm going to do is place this in like that. Or do I do it that way? So it should be 4 notches, which is about there. Take just a smidge off one end and you should have a border then. And there we have a thin border going around. That's just perfect. And that is all, I think, the trimming I need to do for the moment. So I'm just going to move this out of the way. Just going to move everything out of the way. Lean it up against there. Okay. And I'm going to come in with my all-purpose glue and my tacky glue. Bring this back in. Let's do this triangular bit first. Place some all-purpose glue on the back of there. And then tacky glue onto the back of there as well. And the corners. Bring your mirror in. And then hopefully place this down where you want it. So you've got that green mirror or gold mirror, depending on what colour mirror you're using. You don't have to use the green if you don't have green. You can use gold. And then bring this in and make sure you get it the right way around. And then place that onto your card. Give it a good press down so it sticks. And then when you do your, it'll be like that. So now, because we've done that one, we need to figure out how we're going to put this one, which way around we're going to put this one on. So you can put it on that way. And you've got your flowers there. Or you can turn it around and you can put it so the flowers go that way. Which I mean, when your card's standing up, it'll stand flat, this bit will stand flat. This bit will be sitting up like that, which you can still see that either way you do it. You can do it that way, or you can do it this way, and then your card will stand up like so. I think I'm going to go that way with it, to be fair. That's the way I'm going to do. You do you. If you want to do it the other way, do it the other way. If you want to do it the same way, do it the same way. And then tacky glue on them 4 corners again. Place your card onto your mirror. Or if you don't want to use a mirror mat, you just do it so that you cut 2 notches under the 6 and 2 notches under the 6, and gives you a little bit white border. Because bear in mind you've got to fold the card, so you don't want it to the edge where the fold line is, because your card won't fold over if you put it right up to the edge. And then place this down, give it a bit of a wriggle around until you've got it where you want it and you're happy with it. Give it a good press down, so then your card will still fold over like that for postage, putting it in an envelope, blah de blah de blah. So now I'm going to come in with my little gnome with his umbrella. Take him off of there. I'm not going to use the inner frame. Save that for something else, out of the little book, or you know, your little pocket pads or whatever that you've got. So I'm just coming in with these two. There's no right or wrong way of putting this onto your card front, because it doesn't have an up or down. Get a foam strip, or if you prefer you can cut foam pads down, which I do sometimes. You don't need to go all the way with this, because obviously it's going to be sitting on that angle. So let me just trim that bit off, just see where I'm going with this. So there is there. So when it's up, it's going to sit like so. So I can go a little bit further around. If I go start there, yeah, I can go all the way up to that star there. So now I can put some more on. And these foam strips are ones I've just cut down. They're not actual foam strips, they're off of a big, like A7 size, A6 size, whatever it was, that I've cut into strips just to use them up, really. So now we take the back ends off of that. If I can get it off. Like so. And then we go in with some tacky glue, just so you've got a little bit of wriggle on it. Ooh. Sleeves keep getting caught up on my desk. Sorry if my head gets in the way for the moment. Just trying to make sure that that's not going where I don't want it. So you can't see no foam pads on the back there. Okay. And then this one you can go wherever you, well, not wherever you like, but just bring that down for a minute. You need to make sure he's standing right way when he's like that. Okay. Place that on there. Yep, that's perfect. pull the backings off. If they come off in one go, like that one. I'm just going to put a little bit just here, because he was a bit floppy there, so to speak. And then put some of this on the back. So you've got a bit of wriggle, in case you don't put him in the right place. There we go. So he'll stand up like that once you've put your sentiment on. So let's have a look to see what we've got. So we've got, I think I'm going to go with Sorry You're Feeling Under the Weather for this one. And then I think, oh, I've got a tulip. I can put the tulip on there as well. So I can put his little tulip on. Little foam pad that I cut out. I can put his little tulip down in that corner there. And then this we can use as the stopper. Go on there like that. We just need to know where we're going to put this stopper. I think about there's good. And bring in some of my gems that I got with this. And open them up. Now what colour ones do I want to go with? Darker ones or the paler ones? Or these ones? Let's go with these ones. And put one there. One there. And then one there. Don't really need any more than that on there. And then get a ribbon. Cut a little bit off there. Now I've never done a bow, so you might have to bear with me for a bit. I normally buy my bows already made. Trying to make it a little bit shorter. Oh no, let's not use them scissors because they're sticky. and then just snip off the bit that you don't want. Like so. And then get a glue dot. Make sure you've got the nicer side, so that's the back. And then place your little bow onto there. Now, there is the bow, and I did that freehand. That's the first time I've ever made a bow. I've got a bow maker, but I can't get on with that. So, there you go. So that is card number 1 done and dusted. All I've got to do now is put the insert, which will go onto the back of there, and then if you, like me, have verses, I tend to put the verses on the back of there as well. So that's card number 1. So now I'm just going to get set up and tidied up a little bit for doing card number 2. So I'll be back in a jiff. Okay, so I've got another 6x6 card stock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an inch, cut an inch in. Oops, I went a bit wonky. Turn it around and cut an inch on this side as well. Let's try that again. Let's do it like this. Let's put that back down there. Cut up to the 6 mark. And turn it around, go to the 5, and then cut down. And then the bits that I want to be left with are the bits on the outside, and then cut this bit off at the 6. Because I don't need that bit. Tidy up the bit, sort of trimmed it a bit funny. There we go. And then this bit of card here is going to be 4 notches under the 6. So I still have some little bits of cut off left by 4 notches under the 6. So that's going to be for the underside, like so. I need my mirror mats, which I'm going to use. What am I going to use? Thinking of going with the gold one. Pink one, sorry. Two notches again under the 6. Oops. And that should be the right mat and layer for that one. And I'm going to use this piece to do my 1 inch or 2 bits that are under 1 inch. 1 inch, 2 notches under the 1 inch. for the 2 1-inch sides, that's what I was trying to say. And then you cut this bit down and you do it 2 notches under the 6, and that'll be for that bit there. Then again, to make sure, 2 notches under the 6. Might be a bit too short, this one, I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Okay, never mind, that one is a little bit short. So what I'm going to do is do another one. 2 notches under the 6, and then bring it in and do 2 notches under the 1. Hopefully it doesn't move. And then we'll have that bit for that side. And then I was thinking of maybe using the pink on pink like that, or I was thinking of coming in with this one of the green and putting that on the edge. Like that. Actually, this one, yeah, I'm going to use this flowery one, I think, so I'm going to cut, let's go this way actually, 2 notches under the 1, two notches under the 1, and then 2 notches under the 6, by 2 notches under the 6, and that's going to be for that one. And then I did have a, where did it go? I don't know. Oh, not in front of my face. And then I've got this one, which is just over 5. So I need a bit of mirror for that one. I'll do this one by eye, I think. There you go. And if it's not quite right, you can either take a bit off, or if it's better to do it bigger than it is to do it smaller, because if you do it too small you won't be able to add any on, and you'll have to cut another bit. So I've got that, and I'm going to corner around these. So then I'm going to take this one and do it exactly the same. Let's try this bit again. There we go. And then place that on there. Or if you do have the proper mirror mats, you can use them if you've got the same colour. So that's going to go onto there. And then, what else do I need? Anything else? Not at the moment, I don't think. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And then let's put this together. So your all-purpose glue on the back there, tacky glue on the back there, in the corners. Place that onto there like so. Tacky glue on the corners again. Oops. Give it a press down while that's settling. I'm going to do these side panel bits. I know why that's not going on, because it's supposed to be 4 notches under the one, not 2 notches under the one. So I need to take another 2 notches off. This doesn't seem to be very straight, this one. Okay. Okay. Try this bit again. Got my measurements all wrong for them little bits, because it should be 4 notches off of them, not 2, because doing 2 makes it the same size as the piece of mirror. You don't want it that size. You want it smaller. Okay. And you bring this in, and then you place these on, again using the same technique with the tacky and the all-purpose. And you place them down onto your front panels. Onto there, and then you place that down like so. and then you get your topper or your little book page, and you put some foam pads onto the back of that. Just remember it's paper. You can, if you want to make it stronger, you can back it with white card. If you wish. And then pull these off. Stick that onto there. And then what I'm going to do is, because it's not quite wide enough, let me have a little look and see. Nope, you aren't big enough either. Need to check to see if this is going to stand up first. Yep, it does. So your 4-inch gap. Actually, I'm not going to come in with that colour. I'm going to come in with this one. So if you're 4 inches, maybe go 4.5, and they're not size of you. Yep, that works. But what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to use an embossing folder. Just bear with. I'll find one of my embossing folders out that I want to use. I'm going to use my dotty one. Put that through my machine. go. Get my corner puncher. And punch the corners of that out. And then I'm going to foam pad this one up. Without trying to cut my finger off. Get another little bit. Oops. Oh. Dear me. Oh dear. Get that. And that. And then let's put some tacky glue on here. So I've got a little bit of wriggle, just in case I need to move it up or down. Place that onto there. And then we're going to stick this onto here. So I'm going to need a strip. I don't know if that's going to be too wide. Let me put them on upside down. I might have to cut this down a bit smaller. Oops. Place this on the edges of this top a bit. And the dotty embossing folder that I used was the Hunkydory one. Which is a 6x6 one, I think it is. Yeah, 6x6. But if you don't have a Hunkydory one, or you don't have an embossing folder, it doesn't really matter. You can just leave it on there plain. I didn't have really any embossing folders until, as I said, started working. Until I started buying Hunkydory stuff. Sorry if my head's getting in the way. So I just want to place that onto there. And before I press down, I want to make sure that it's not being seen on the other side. So that's how it stands, like that. It won't stand very well on here. That's that one. Then I find my topper sheet now, because I've buried it under everything here. So I can get my sentiment off, if I've got one on there that I can use. If not, I'll be taking one out of one of my sentiment books. So, let's have a look. Messy desk today. Don't think I've got one in here. Just for you. Have a blooming lovely day, but I want that one to go with that one. No, I don't really have one. So I'm going to come into my little book of sentiments, or bigger book of sentiments. I don't know if I'm going to use a big one. I might use a small one, to be fair. I think these might be too big. I think they might be a little bit too big. Let's go for a smaller one. Bit of a tight squeeze in there. This is the book that they brought out in 2023. Well, let's see what colour green I've got. Oh, I'm going to put a pink one on because the background is green anyway. So let's have a look. Don't know if I want to do another get well soon. Definitely don't want to do Father's Day. Let's see what other pink ones I've got. Okay, it's kind of pink. Enjoy your day, sister, love, Nana, grandma, to a fabulous friend, to a very special lady. Let's go with don't know now. Let's go with that's silver. Let's have a look in my other one, see what I got in this one then. No, they ain't the same, they're different. What's that one say? Life is full of rainbows with you, my niece. That one I do. One for my niece, that'll do. Da, 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 da. Right. Sorry about the delay there. Let's put this on. Put the foam pad in the wrong place as per usual. Okay. Let's put you there. Okay. Put you out the way. grab a green bit of ribbon again. Let's try that again. Tie it onto there, get the ribbon. There we go, and then some gems, if I can find the gems that I used before, which seem to be hiding everything under everything at the moment. Here they are. Oops. I'm going to use that one anyway. I'm going to use the darker ones on this one. Popped off anyway. On there. On there. And I think that'll do for that card. So, 2 different style of cards. It took me quite a while to do both. And then that one ends up like so, as a reverse easel. This one is like a, I don't know, cut out, cut away kind of stand, kind of, I don't know. Anyway, whatever that type of card is, it's like a TV. It's like TV when it's standing up like that. The front bit. It's like TV legs, the old-fashioned type of TV. Anyway, that is them 2 cards done. So next time I come back, it'll be with this kit again, and it'll be, I don't know, it might be the same topper, using up them. Still got 3 toppers on there, look, that I haven't used yet. 4 toppers, 3 toppers really, that I haven't used yet, because one of the things was out of the little books. So yeah, probably we might come back with that one, or I might come back with the next one. Probably will be this one to use it up. That's probably what it's going to be, is like, I'm probably going to use a little book with 1 card and then a normal card on the other, and then come back in with these, oops, with these ones to finish it off. 2 cards, 3 cards, whatever that will be. So that is it for this video, guys. Once again, thank you for your support, thank you for watching. I do really appreciate it. Until next time, keep crafting. Bye for now.